Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Come to you live from our comfy couch here in the outskirts here. This is the Gaming Saloon Reviews for January 22nd, 2023. What's your host, Speaker2448, and Rump It Up Salon.
Hi.
We were talking speedruns. That's why we started a little later.
Yep. Because, you know, there's a Pokemon Unite speedrun community. And I'm not surprised, just confused.
Yeah, because it'd be one thing if it was like someone, just a couple people. But no, it's an active community, people doing Unite runs.
It has to be because it's a Pokemon game.
I would think. Because, like, there's no League of Legends runs, are there? It's listed. Scratch that, there are, and it's several. What? I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna stop. And it's an active community. It has 1,800 players. You know what? You know what the lesson here, folks, is? Anything could be a speedrun if you just put your mind to it. But yeah, it's for Armada. Hooray! At least it felt like things happened this week.
I mean, yeah. But on top of that, I mean, I also feel like the production team couldn't figure out which intro to use.
Yeah, we don't know who's the narrator of the opening now. If it's narrator man or rad. Because I think we swapped back and forth between both of them over the course of 4 episodes, didn't we? Because I think every other episode was one or the other.
Uh-huh.
But before that, did you get to catch Geeks for the week?
I did.
So
it's almost like I kind of called it. Gates is a lying sack of crap.
And this should come as no surprise.
Also, I call foul. He full on said he didn't vote without saying the words he didn't vote. Yet when he got called out, I didn't say that. No, you just said that.
That might be a translation flub, though, but yeah. So Sparrow is gone, which surprises me because he's on the live tour, but now he's not in the show anymore. But Lopo is, but she's not on the live tour. So now I'm confused of why Sparrow's on the poster and not Lopo.
Reasons.
And also, I guess for the rules that decide to state, by the way, if the traitor survives to the final round, they win regardless. So I guess the traitor's gonna remain in play until the final round.
But, you know, here's my question, then. Does the one that's the traitor actually know they're the traitor?
Yes?
Question mark? Because we know our backers don't know.
Right. It gets back to my question of, wait, when did they find out when they were the traitor? Because
I know what's gonna happen. I full on know what's gonna happen. It's gonna get down to 2 people left, and Ace is gonna be, oh ho ho, look, I'm the traitor, I win.
yeah.
I know what's gonna happen.
I think someone has done, yeah, I forget who it was, but I've seen it on Twitter. Someone did a mock-up of Geets as Glare with his helmet instead of Glare's regular helmet. I have to see if I can find that again.
I mean, that'd be fitting.
Mm-hmm. Oh, also, weird production detail that will probably lead to, in addition to an ID Core Premium Bandai set, you know when Tycoon's visiting his backer? His ID Core pre-production is not his usual green one. It's a blue one.
Huh.
Yeah, because of, you know, chroma key in the background and stuff that's green screened. Meaning we have to make it a blue one so we can chroma key out stuff correctly.
That's fair.
Which has now led to people doing up mock-ups of a blue Tycoon. But it's not in the show proper because it's the scenes where he's visiting his sponsor, and it's the regular green one. I can't find it now. Oh well. Also, some part of me is starting to believe one of the folks in the Social Pop Discord, and they're saying, it's Kawa. Kawa's the traitor. And I'm like...
No, it's not. He couldn't pull off traitor.
Right, but I think he's gonna be a little bit darker than his normal self. At least. Because it feels like that's the direction we're pushing him.
That's the direction we have pushed him since the beginning, when Ace has took advantage of him, trying to get him to be darker.
Right.
He's not traitor.
I know. It's gotta be Geets, because they're gonna surprise us by doing the most unsurprising thing, where it's fucking Geets, because of course it is.
Because
he's,
you know, now we've had our first bout of fake traitor and felt like real traitor, but fake traitor also.
Yeah.
Now it's time to do that again.
But who will it be this time?
Maybe the other 2 that didn't really have a big part in this section?
So Lopo and Nago?
Mm-hmm.
Some part of me hopes that we've only just voted out Bug Sparrow just because, and that we're going to be stuck with these 4 at least for a couple rounds, instead of eliminating a person every round.
Nope. We'll get 2 more episodes and then bye-bye another person.
Yeah.
Because they're... And I'm actually fine with what I'm fixing to say. They're making the DGP something that isn't the basis of the show. They are full on making it a case of, oh yeah, we're just doing this thing as the show progresses. What's actually happening is the fight between our monsters and riders. And I'm like, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
This DGP is the week to week what's going to happen next.
Mm-hmm.
Until we get to the point where everyone's powered up enough on both sides of the equation where we see who's the real villain, which I think we actually got a tease of.
It's Garden Man.
Nope.
Oh, it's the random two backers that I forgot were backers, and I was like, wait, who the fuck are you? Wait, who are you two again?
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know who you're backing. Unless one of you is backing Naga, which I don't think would be the case, because it should be her dad backing her, but we don't know that for sure. Because we only know that blue-haired guy is backing Geets. Frog statue man is backing Tycoon. And I don't know if that's supposed to be actually that is a frog statue that is talking, or if it's just a thing with a speaker in it. I don't know.
Part of me wants it to be actual frog statue. The other part of me knows that they've not went that crazy with this show yet, so it's probably speaker.
Yeah. But otherwise, we don't know who's backing who exactly.
And seeing as how those two helped Eats last DGP, I'm kind of leaning towards they're not really backing anyone.
They're just sponsors of the show in general.
And they're probably working on their own agenda. Which is probably where we're going to end up leading into. I don't think necessarily will be final villain, but at least be on the road to final villain.
Mm-hmm. Also, we want to turn Buffa into Yamato. Which, okay, question. How the fuck did Buffa get back to the real world?
The same way he got carried back to where they're farming the Yamato.
So just because. Because that was not where we left him last episode. And him just randomly showing up, I'm just like, wait, how did you get back here? I figured you'd be stuck in not Helheim for a couple more episodes, but apparently you could just fucking leave and come back.
I get the funny feeling because it's always seemed like the DGP side of it's been more high-tech as opposed to how we're seeing the one city that they've all been a part of.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a reason for that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not necessarily on the, it's a simulation concept. Because otherwise, why do our writers have the will to make their own decisions?
Mm-hmm.
And not to mention, if it was all simulated, then why has Keats been around as long as he has? Someone would have got rid of him long before now.
Yeah.
It's one of those. It's like I don't really buy simulation concept, but there's something fake and controlled with this city.
Mm-hmm.
And being a writer allows you to break out of that control. And I have to think it ties back to the Yamato in some way.
Mm-hmm.
Because, oh look, some of the new ones are evolving. They're able to mimic other humans.
And they are continuing to mutate in very frightening ways.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, the baby one with the big ass eyeballs. I was just like, no, stop it. Stop making these things. Stop it. These fucking baby things are the freakiest thing this show's gotten. Rest of the monsters, that's normal. These baby fuckers, no, burn them all. Bubba needs to show up with a fucking flamethrower in the next few episodes and burn that son of a bitch to the ground.
Also, I love that Buffa literally has a near-death experience, yet he is still, I'm gonna be stronger than Riders. Not,
Look,
I'm gonna be stronger than everyone and just clean up this crap. No, I'm gonna be stronger than the Riders.
Look, he's Baron. That he is literally following Baron's path.
What's bad though? Right now he's following Light Show Baron, so where are we going from there?
Yeah. Him and Baron are two peas in a pod right now, and it just depends on whether or not he gets to survive the show or die.
Oh, he's gonna die.
Yeah, that's why I keep calling it Barons, because it's like, oops, we decided to make the secondary writer the main villain of the show. We shouldn't do that anymore. What if we made him important but didn't make him the secondary writer? Which explains all the weird marketing that has Tycoon in the background, even though he's the secondary.
I still don't think it's as cut and dry simple as that.
Yeah.
The show's always felt like we've had two main writers. And I feel like that's kind of where they're wanting to go with it. Which works. Because if you look back, most of Gaiman Baron's interactions were more to primary writers, not primary and secondary.
Right.
So if that is where they're drawing their inspiration from, then kind of a decent path to go with. It lets you be able to explore both sides of the same story without having to have problems.
Yeah. Although I did find out, I think it was like a few weeks ago, that tertiary is not an actual designation in writer officially. There's only like primary and secondary writers, and then everyone beyond that is just extra. Which doesn't surprise me as much as there has been trios of writers as the focus of various different shows. Because honestly, every Rambo show except this one has had a major focus on a trio of writers.
Yeah. And I mean, really, this one's kind of doing it too, though.
Yeah. Nago keeps slipping in and out of the background as necessary. Trying to think of anything else. Oh, people have already made the direct comparison to I guess Azu with the bad guy chick that's showing up next week. Probably doesn't help that her color scheme matches up.
And you know what's bad? After me saying what I did about not really buying that this is a simulation, but it's some kind of controlled something, boy, would that not be right up the path for a set of characters coming out of 01?
It's almost like it's the same writer.
It's one of those, boy, does that not feel like this could be a complete sequel right here and just work?
For those that are wondering, folks, yes, it's the same writer.
And no, I was not thinking about that when I said that either. That was purely reading the show, and yeah, after hearing what you said, yeah, I could see it.
And I think also people have pointed out that we have, I think, the 4 characters who could fill out these 4 card-based writers we're supposed to get, I think, next month. New Chick, those 2 sponsor people that we don't know who are, and Pizza sponsor. Or no, not that. No, hang on, I messed up. Not those four. Which four was it? Because it was Geets' sponsor, New Chick. I think it might have been Frog Statue. Was it Frog Statue? Now I'm not gonna find this tweet at all. Nope, not gonna find it all. Nope. Dagnabbit. Ah.
We do technically have 4 people that could, though.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is it feels like we've got enough people to do it.
Just in time for Ace to get some kind of hybrid form. Tell me I'm wrong.
Oh, I found the Geets helmet. For the Geets player.
Took you long enough on that one.
Ah, here it is. It's actually connected to that tweet that I just...
That actually works really good.
Yep. So, Geets' sponsor would be the Silver Fox Rider we're supposed to get. The Frog Statue would be apparently the CGI Green Frog Rider we're supposed to get. Yellow Tiger would be Naga's dad, and then the Red Bull would be New Chick from next week. And that is all 4 of our card-based riders we're supposed to get next month.
Huh.
Or at least soon. That's the assumption based off of, They seem to be lining up to all of this. I'll be honest, it wouldn't surprise me.
It wouldn't either.
It also wouldn't surprise me if 2 of them do not last longer than, like, the month they're introduced at this rate with this show.
Yeah, I don't know on that. That one I don't know. It might last longer.
Fine then, 2 months.
Probably. I'm not gonna argue.
Hey, we should probably talk about Armada now.
I mean, should we?
I could honestly run through all 4 episodes back to back and not take a break because there's only so much.
My point exactly.
Yeah. Any other thoughts before we get to the recaps?
Okay.
Alright, episode 13, Swoop. The Decepticons try to find the Autobot base because their new friend can point them to his buddies. That's basically it. They find the base, Bulk and Skull are there getting a tour, they get left behind by the other kids because they got distracted by the alarm saying that the Decepticons were here, and that led to the Decepticons not getting fired upon more by the Autobots' defense system because they just happen to end up in the same hallway. So we have to do Home Alone traps for all the Decepticons until Megatron's like, fuck your traps, give me my sword. And he gets the Star Saber, aka totally not a lightsaber. Because it sure does a lot of chopping. Isn't it fun that if these characters were humans, they absolutely would not get chopped any of their parts off at all, but since they're robots, we could just chop limbs and stuff off all day and no one cares. As a reminder, they're actual beings that are having physical parts of them chopped off at a regular basis now because of this sword. And this is a kids show. So yeah, it's that Megatron gets the sword, but Hotshot knocks the sword out of his hand, gets the sword, he beats up Megatron, the Decepticons run away, and now Hotshot is the master of the Star Saber because he's the kid-friendly character, so you get fancy swords, so we can sell you a toy of said sword that you can also wield around. I'm not kidding. They actually did sell a roleplay Star Saber. I don't know why. They just did. 14, Overmatch. We have a new Transformer showing up in a cloak and stuff. He joins up with the Decepticons because they lost the battle to the Autobots, who got another mini-con. This time it's Smokescreen's partner. They won't do anything for the rest of these episodes, so it doesn't matter. We also get a random scene of Alexis buying groceries with her mini-con dressed up as a kid that a small child sees through immediately.
And by immediately, he means immediately.
Yes, literally within 5 seconds of seeing this not robot going, "Hey mom, it's a robot," and the mom's like, "All right,
that's
sure."
nice, honey.
I'm pretty sure it's the same mom and kid from the other episode where the same thing happened. Some part of me thinks this is going to be a running joke of the series.
Probably.
But our new Transformer is Scavenger. He's joining up with the Decepticons because they need help, and therefore he's going to help them because he can. We get another showdown. Hotshot beats Starscream just barely. He takes some damage from Starscream because the two of them must fight because they're the only two with swords now. No one else is allowed to fight in the episode. Literally, everyone just stands around as the sword fight happens, and I'm like, guys, you all have guns. Why aren't you just shooting each other? Guys, what do we do? Guys. But after Starscream gets beaten, Scavenger steps up. He beats Hotshot. They don't take the Star Saber, but they do take the Minicon. The Minicon is a yellow plate one that has two buddies that combine to turn into a shield that can deflect the Star Saber. So that's a plot point that we're not going to follow up on for the next two episodes. Episode 15, Gale. Hotshot's down the dumps because he got beat, but the kids try to encourage him. We head to another city for another mission with a minicon. We're on a highway. The Autobots get cut off. Bulk and Skull are riding with Prime until Prime tells them to get off. And that leads them to meeting up with a motorcycle transformer. And I like how Skull asks the bike if he's an Autobot or a Decepticon. And apparently he didn't answer, and Skull still got on otherwise because he gets dropped off at the fight later.
Not knowing which side the bot is on.
Right. Attaboy, Skull. Attaboy. This is why we don't take you on missions. Hotshot gets in a fight with Scavenger and Cyclonus. He beats up both of them by dumping them in a ravine. This lets the other Autobots beat up the other Decepticons. They get the Minicon. Sideways is our new Transformer here. He decides to join up because he's a wanderer, a drifter. And he's like, sure, I'll join your side, which makes Rad and Lexus like a bit suspicious because why the fuck is some drifter joining up with the Autobots randomly? This will last all of an episode, which is kind of hilarious.
More depressing than hilarious, but yeah.
Yes, this whole mystery of whose side is this Transformer on lasts an entire episode until it's revealed, nope, traitor.
He pulled the traitor card, and he didn't even hold it off as long as Gates has.
No, he held it off long enough. It's like, all right, fuck it, we got the sword now. Bye. But that leaves episode 16.
And I'm gonna go out on a limb. He's technically pulling a double traitor, isn't he?
What makes you think that?
Well, seeing as how who got the sword.
I mean, it's not like he has minicons that lets him choose which side he's on. Yes, those are two minicons that combine together to form his rider, and they split apart to make his two different heads for his two different, like, Autobot Decepticon modes. Because he technically has a non-Autobot Decepticon mode with its own head. We see it for all of, like, a half second.
Hmm.
But yeah, episode 16, Credulous. We're joining mid-fight. Two sides are fighting. Eventually, Hotshot and Sideways grab a hold of Megatron and get teleported to their base, because that's all anyone's needed to do to get to the Decepticon base, is just grab a hold of one of them and hold on as they get teleported. Why didn't any of you try this before?
Because it's easier just to sit at the base and question where their base is, rather than actually, I don't know, trying to figure it out.
Yeah. Which, by the way, if you're wondering what the Autobots are doing, as are the rest of this episode is Hotshot Sideways, they are at the base going, we need to find Hotshot, but we don't know where the base is. Alright, we're out of ideas. That's it. That's all they do.
Also, high-tech robots, and they have no way to track each other.
Yep.
Let that one sink in.
It's because their scanners can't get to the moon. I guess.
No. That makes sense. Their scanners can, pick up stuff from planets far away, but they can't from the moon.
Yep. Off in another fucking galaxy, we could tell when the minicons activate. Fucking the next planet over? Nope, we can't tell if Hotshot and Sideways are there. Nope, have no idea where they are.
I mean, I could get it if we cut back to them and one of them made the comment of, like, where on this planet are they? Because then it's like, oh, okay, so you're not smart enough to look, I don't know, off of this planet? Noted.
We didn't think they'd be on the moon. In the minicon ship. But I'm pretty sure the Decepticons don't know that it's the minicon ship.
Probably not.
No, they said in another episode that they don't know what the ship is, or something along those lines. I'm pretty sure they've just taken up refuge here, thinking it's just some random ship.
A random ship with tech that they can interact with.
Yeah. I prefer that rating better because these Decepticons are a bit on the incompetent side. The whole lot of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I also forgot to mention, Scavenger's an old buddy of Optimus Prime. He's the one that helped train him to be a fighter. That I forgot to mention that and put that in the notes because it was just the one-off line of just like, oh yes, Prime, it's been a while. And Prime's like, sure has, person. Anyway, Hotshot and Sideways start fighting the Decepticons. They end up in their training room where they fight holograms of the Autobots. They beat those up, and then they fight the Decepticons. During the fight, Sideways and Megatron get off to the side, and Sideways is like, you want to cut a deal? And that leads to Sideways pulling a traitor on Hotshot. So now Starscream has the Star Saber because Rhymes. Also, he's the only one with the sword before now. Therefore, here is the big sword. They proceed to just kick the shit out of Hotshot, and they don't murder him because Scavenger is like, don't murder him. And everyone's like, all right, sure. So they dump him off at the front door of the Autobot base, and he just stumbles in like, hey guys, I lost the Star Saber. Awesome, almost dead. Blech. And that's the episode. So things have turned badly in the span of 4 episodes for our team. But how do you feel about this batch?
I mean, you're not wrong when you said stuff happened.
Yep.
I think we had more progression in these 4 episodes than we had in the past 12.
Well, it helps we got one of the big MacGuffins of the show. That isn't the regular of MacGuffins of the show. I just find it funny how much the rest of the minicons don't matter. This sword, that is 3 of them put together that have no characters, they matter now because they're super important. The rest of them didn't even fucking show up and do anything this episode besides, I think, Joel.
Yeah, I think he's the only one.
None of them did anything. Which feels like a problem.
I don't know. Later one was around for a little bit. The actual later one.
Yes, he turned into a gun. I remember now. He turned into the gun in one of the episodes. In the end of the last episode, he turned into a gun for a second.
And actually got to be shot.
Yes, they're doing the thing they want you to do, where it's be something useful. Also, oh right, Megatron did his super mode thing where he turns his backpack to the front and then fires all the guns by spinning it really fast.
Because that's how that works.
I forgot how dumb that looks. I'm sorry, it looks really dumb.
Yeah.
So yeah, Armada continues to be a show that I'm like, yeah, I can see why on the TF Wiki it says this show has a mixed response, because I'm like, God, this show is just like, well, we gotta get the mini cons, and that's just set up for every episode, and most of the time we don't do anything with it. We just get mini cons and forget about them. But anything else?
No.
All right, then. Thursday, it's more Freedom Planet 2. Friday, more Fort Niff. Saturday will be TGS. We get to talk about all the things happening at Microsoft. Yay! Oh. You know what's really bad is they're not the only company that let off like 5 digits employees this past week. Well, 4 to 5 digit employees, mind you, which is insane. So that'll be Friday, or not Friday, Saturday, and then next Sunday, more Armada! Hooray! Maybe the show can get some momentum. Hey, Charizard, we're just about to end off. You just missed us talking about Armada, which was certainly a show we are watching on a week-to-week basis. I make terrible decisions with this show. I need to stop picking questionable and bad shows.
Probably.
Oh, your Operator showed up. Very nice. Operator is on that list of Sentai shows I would like to watch, but I have not sat down and watched any older Sentai shows because I feel like I want to pick one for TGSR, but I don't know how well that's going to go. Because I know how Sentai is. And watching 4 episodes of Sentai a week is like I don't know if I'm ready for that. Maybe. The good news is it's all on all the Tubi stuff, so it'd be easy enough for us to access. But anyway, that's the week ahead, folks. So we're gonna head off. So if you like what you see, and drop a follow, really appreciate it. Chip away that Pilico at Teachers on Twitter, gets you updates on life. Next Pitch Point Discord chat. This link, drop by, say hi. See you Thursday, folks.